Learning English one step at a time. Segment 1. Amina lived in a small town. She was a college student. She was hardworking. Amina wanted to learn English, not only for exams. She wanted to speak and understand. But English felt difficult. When Amina heard English, she felt nervous. The words sounded fast. The sentences felt long. Sometimes she said to herself, "English is too hard for me." One day, Amina went to a small bookshop. The shop was quiet and clean. Soft light filled the room. She saw a shelf. On the shelf, a sign said, "Easy English Books." Amina picked up one book. The book was thin. The letters were big. The title of the book was English for Daily Life. She opened the book. The sentences were short. "Hello. How are you?" "I am fine. Thank you." Amina smiled softly. She thought, "I can read this." She bought the book and went home. That evening, Amina made a small plan. Not a big plan, not a hard plan. Every day, she would read only one page. Just one page. She sat on her bed. She opened the book. She read slowly. "Good morning." She read it again. "How are you?" She read it again. She spoke the sentences softly. She listened to her own voice. When she did not understand a word, she stopped. She wrote it in a notebook. After 10 minutes, she closed the book. She said, "That is enough for today." The next day, she did the same thing. Slow reading, easy words, no pressure. English did not feel scary anymore. Learning had started. Segment 2. The next morning, Amina woke up early. She felt calm and hopeful. She opened her notebook. On the first page, she wrote 3 words: learn, slow, daily. After breakfast, she went to college. On the bus, she listened to a short English audio. The speaker talked slowly and clearly. "Good morning. Welcome to our class." Amina listened carefully. She did not understand every word, but she understood the meaning. At college, her English teacher asked a question. Amina listened. She did not answer, but she was not afraid. After class, a friend named Sarah came to her. Sarah asked, "Are you learning English now?" Amina smiled and said, "Yes, a little, every day." Sarah said, "I want to learn too." They decided to practice together. Every afternoon, they sat under a tree near the campus. They practiced for 10 minutes only. They used simple sentences. "How was your day?" "It was good." "What did you learn today?" "I learned new words." Sometimes they made mistakes. Sometimes they forgot words, but they did not stop. One day, Sarah felt shy. She said, "My English is bad." Amina said softly, "No, you are learning." They smiled and continued. At home, Amina followed her plan. 1 page a day, 1 short audio, 1 sentence spoken aloud. After 2 weeks, something changed. English words felt familiar. Simple sentences came easily. One evening, Amina went to a small shop. The shopkeeper spoke in English. "What do you need?" he asked. Amina felt nervous, but she remembered her practice. She answered slowly, "I need a notebook, please." The shopkeeper understood. He smiled and gave her the notebook. Amina felt proud. It was not perfect English, but it worked. That night, Amina wrote in her notebook, "Learning English is like walking, one step at a time." Segment 3. 1 month later, Amina looked back at her journey. She was surprised. English was still not perfect, but it was no longer scary. She could understand simple conversations. She could speak short sentences. She could ask for help. One day, Amina had to attend a small seminar. A guest speaker came from another country. The seminar was in English. Before, Amina would feel afraid, but this time she stayed calm. She listened carefully. She did not understand every sentence, but she understood the main ideas. After the talk, the speaker asked, "Does anyone have a question?" Amina's heart beat fast. She took a deep breath. She raised her hand. She said slowly, "Thank you for your talk. I have one question." The room became quiet. She continued, "How can beginners practice English every day?" The speaker smiled and answered, "Practice small. Practice daily. Do not stop." Amina smiled. After the seminar, Sarah came to her. "You spoke English," Sarah said. Amina nodded. "Yes," slowly. That evening, Amina walked home. She felt peaceful. She opened her notebook at home. She read her first notes. "Good morning. How are you?" She smiled. She wrote one last sentence on the page. "I am learning English, and I will continue." Learning message. You do not need to be fast. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to be consistent. Small steps every day can change your confidence.